If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
One concern is whether people will be willing to take a new and unproven shot. Former Presidents Barack Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton have all agreed to get the vaccine, and they'll do it on camera. All three men have confirmed they would be willing to get an approved vaccine publicly to help promote its safety and encourage others to do the same.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. I'm sure you're just as thrilled as I am. What wonderful news. Our former presidents have volunteered out of the goodness of their heart, out of the care that they have for this country, the love that they have, which we saw with George W. Bush on that fateful day in September back in 2001, Barry Obama, and of course, the always dignified Bill Clinton, who has nothing at all in his track record that would make anybody skeptical of his presidency. These three fine presidents have decided to get together out of the goodness of their hearts to show America how safe this vax is. Isn't that wonderful news? Now, that's not using influence or persuasion on anyone. That's not any type of form of mind control, but we need to applaud them, don't we? Shouldn't we? Just like CNN is doing and all these mainstream media outlets. They're saying we need to come out and show the world public confidence that this shot is safe, because obviously these three men are going to be waiting in line outside of their local Walgreens or CVS or wherever it's going to be administered and getting the same one as the public. Don't even be some type of conspiracy nut. Please, if you're a conspiracy nut on this channel, please just don't bother being here. Don't sit here for 1 second and think that they're going to get something else shot into their bloodstream like water or something, okay, compared to what's going to be in the one for the American people. No, they're taking the same one that every American is going to take, and they're going to prove that everything is A-okay. Got it? All right, let's not be skeptical about this. This is what we need. Next up will be the celebrities, the Kardashians of the world, using their power of influence. And again, just like I said yesterday, why don't, there's all these people who are they're waiting for it. They're saying they want to be first in line. Me. Well, feel free. Get in line first. And they say we shouldn't give it to these conspiracy nuts. They don't want it anyway, so don't let them have it. Sounds great. Thank you. I rest my case. So former presidents Barry Obama, George W. Bush, and Bill Clinton are volunteering to get their shots on camera to promote confidence in the vax and the safety of it once the U.S. Food and Drug Administration authorizes one, which is obviously, they're playing around pretending it hasn't been authorized yet, but New York City says that the first batch is already coming December 15th. It's been noted in other places that by December 10th, it's actually going to start to be given out in other places. So the three most recent former presidents hope an awareness campaign to promote confidence in its safety and effectiveness would be a powerful message as American public health officials try to convince the public to take the shot. Right. Something about those words, that doesn't seem shady or anything, right? Having to convince the public to take it, right? And remember, when it comes to and I'm not saying that anything with the mark of the beast, that it is the exact same thing, because I know people are on the fence. But remember, if you're skeptical about anything being put in your body, whether it's, because there's chemicals in it or you think it might be the mark, do not do it. But remember that that's also going to be taken by free will, not forced upon. And this likely isn't going to be forced upon. This is going to be persuaded upon, but it's going to be also squeezed upon, right? Because you're not going to be able to buy and sell and travel and do these things or go to work and make money unless you have it, right, in the first place. So what choice are some people going to have? Well, they're going to have to become, they're going to have to literally, like the Bible says, if a man is willing to lose his life For my sake and the gospel I bring you, he will save it. The Bible clearly states that. And I believe that's in Luke chapter 9, verse 24. For whoever wants to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. But people are going to want to be able to go back to a sense of normalcy. But for those who are on the fence about it, thankfully we have our trustworthy presidents, because none of them, while they were in office, there was nothing that made us think anything other than the fact that they were trustworthy. And that's the fact that they're coming forward and doing this, boy, it's really heroic. They should all get presidential, medals of courage and honor and bravery. So the three most recent presidents hope to bring awareness to promote confidence in its safety and effectiveness. They think it'll be a powerful message as the American public officials try to convince the public to take it. Freddie Ford, Bush's chief of staff, told CNN that the 43rd president had reached out to the well-respected Dr. Fauci, the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases and the nation's top infectious disease expert, and Dr. Deborah Birx, the White House C-19 response coordinator, to see how he could help promote the vax. A few weeks ago, President Bush asked me to let Dr. Fauci and Dr. Birx know that when the time is right, he wants to do what he can to help encourage his fellow citizens to get the shot. His father would be proud, wouldn't he? And you want to talk about proud Americans, guys who are here to fight for the freedoms and really just to make America great, really make America great again. You're talking about George H.W. Bush Sr., right? Because there was nothing in the world that he ever said that made anyone think about this stupid conspiracy stuff like New World Orders or anything like that.
Out of these troubled times, our fifth objective, a new world order, can emerge, a new era, freer from the threat of terror, stronger in the pursuit of justice, and more secure in the quest for peace. An era in which the nations of the world, East and West, North and South, can prosper and live in harmony. 100 generations have searched for this elusive path to peace, while 1,000 wars raged across the span of human endeavor. And today that new world is struggling to be born. A world quite different from the one we've known. A world where the rule of law supplants the rule of the jungle. A world in which nations recognize the shared responsibility for freedom and justice. A world where the strong respect the rights of the weak.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order, a world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations. When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
What is at stake is more than one small country. It is a big idea, a new world order, where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to achieve the universal aspirations of mankind: peace and security, freedom, and the rule of law. Such is a world worthy of our struggle and worthy of our children's future. Now we can see a new world coming into view. A world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order. In the words of Winston Churchill, a world order in which the principles of justice and fair play protect the weak against the strong.
No, nothing to see. It's come on, it's all, we're taking it literally. And that's not what they mean, folks. Come on. You know, we're all cuckoo making it up in our heads. So the first shots need to be deemed safe, according to President Bush, and administered to the priority populations. Then he will get in line for his and will gladly do so on camera. So this is great that it's going to be on camera because it's just what we need, right? Persuasion. Clinton's press secretary told CNN on Wednesday that he too is willing to take the shot publicly, setting an order It's public. Oh, in a public setting in order to promote. So he's going to be in a public setting. They're not going to have any actors or anything there. It's going to be real citizens in line, no security. Just he's a regular citizen, Bill Clinton, right? Remember, presidents make like what, $300,000 a year, they claim, and then when they retire, they still have personal security. They live in $20 million homes. Where does all that money come from? Anyway, makes you wonder, doesn't it? Nothing to do with what these guys really do. But hey, Obama also said in an interview on Sirius XM that the vax is safe, and and people believe him. He said people like Anthony Fauci, who I know and I've worked with, I trust completely. So if he tells me it's safe and they can do it, immunize you from getting C-19 or whatever you want to call it, the outbreak, absolutely, he says, I'm going to take it. He said, I promise you that when it's been made for people who are less at risk, I'll be taking it, says Obama. I may end up taking it on TV or having it filmed just so that people know that I trust this science. And what I don't trust is getting the C/19. Wow. These guys are really brave. The Bush family has a history of banding together with other presidents to promote major causes. Bush's father and mother, like I said, wonderful people. George H.W. Bush and Barbara Crowley, tongue-tied, Barbara Bush, wink, wink, took a commercial flight in the days after the attacks of September to promote public confidence in flying again. Well, that was nice of them, wasn't it? Obama now also aims to use his post-presidency perch for a public awareness campaign. Obama appeared to acknowledge the very real problem that American citizens have with hesitancy to the vax, which some health experts worry could cause minorities who have been more adversely affected by the pandemic to avoid getting it. They say, I understand, historically, everything dating back all the way to the Tuskegee experiments and so forth, why the African-American community would have some skepticism. But the fact of the matter is that the shots are why we don't have polio anymore. The reason we don't have a whole bunch of kids passing away from measles and smallpox and diseases that used to decimate entire populations and communities. Boy, and that's exactly what we're seeing with the C19, right? We're seeing communities just completely destroyed, wiped out like a plague, I heard half the state of Texas is almost gone. Didn't you? Maybe that's just an urban legend. I don't know. It's hard to tell, with the fake news out there. But anyway, what a heroic effort, right, folks? I wanted to make everyone aware of what these heroes are doing and make sure we salute them. So thank you, Presidents Barry Obama, George W. Bush. Of course, we'll throw your father into the mix for showing up here in the video. And, of course, the very, very nothing shady about it, nothing to worry about, classy Bill Clinton. Just what the public needs. 3 guys with a great track record to hopefully bring confidence into getting the shot. For those of you who want to get in line first and want it, have fun. For the rest of us, well, I think we still have a right to choose our body, our choice. But thanks again for playing. I want to remind everyone, please check out my website at callfornuprising.com. It's $2.99 a month. If you haven't checked it out yet, please make sure you do. It's well worth it. Again, if you're a YouTuber, you can share your channel on there to help grow your channel. It's way better than advertising on YouTube, that's for sure. For $2.99 a month, you got your target audience right there. You got people just who are like-minded like you. And you could show people some of the stuff going on in your town if you're somebody who just wants to talk about it, make friends. So, great place to be. It's safe, it's clean. There's no advertisements or anything over there if you're someone who hates ads. So check it out, definitely, if you haven't. Give it a chance. I want to thank those of you who are Patrons again. Because of you, it keeps this YouTube channel going. A reminder as well, there is a Teespring store. Funds from that go to support the channel as well here on YouTube. And again, those of you who are here on YouTube, I thank you again for the support. Just like we should be thanking these former 3 presidents for what they're doing and the bravery of getting in line with the goyim American public that we are and waiting outside their local Walgreens to have this administered on them because they're going to get the same one that everyone else is. No doubt about that, right? As a wise man once said, give me a break. I thank you for listening to today's show. God bless all of you and your families.